Hello everyone, Clive Adams here with a special Zoom catch-up for National Careers Week, where in conjunction with the AIS, Bowls Australia are supporting athletes to develop their dual careers. We got a treat for you today. We are joined by Australian Jackaroo and recent BPL Brisbane Pirates star, of course, Kelsey Cottrell. How are you, Kels?
Hello, I'm really good, thanks.
Yeah, look, everyone's seen you on the green. Everyone knows you on the green, but we're going to learn a little bit more about Kelsey Cottrell off the green, particularly around career. Tell us the career path you've followed over the years.
Yeah, so a few different paths I've gone down, but I think I'm on the right track now. But I suppose towards the end of school, so for people that don't know, I started playing for Australia when I was 15. So I actually was quite privileged, I suppose. I got a lot of media attention. It was, I was this 15-year-old kid from the Sunshine Coast. So I got to see all the ins and outs of how the media work and doing interviews and going into studios. And I thought, wow, this is awesome. So, I had a totally different idea of what I wanted to do when I left school. And all of a sudden I went back, I think I was in grade 11, and said, I think I want to be a journalist. So change of subjects, last minute, mad dash, year 11, change everything. And yeah, wanted to go down that kind of sports journalism path. And so yeah, had to work really hard through year 11 and 12. So that was 2007, 2008, which was big years for me. Like I said, I was already in the Australian squad. Playing for Australia. There was a lot of events on, a lot of international events happening. It was exciting because there was Grand Prix events and I was winning money. So, it was all, exciting times, but then also really need to try and knuckle down and finish year 11 and 12. So, yeah, had an awesome sort of 2007, and then 2008, kind of 2009. Took a bit of a spell from bowls and focused on finishing year 12, getting the marks that I needed to get to uni. Because I had some pretty tough conversations at school. Like I'm not, I probably don't consider myself being the smartest person going around, not overly book smart, but I'm pretty street smart. And but I had a teacher sit me down and say, look, if you keep going like this, you're going to pass, no dramas, but you're not going to get where you want to go. So yeah.
You were very young, and that was the thing. A lot of people at the age that you were playing bowls for Australia are making decisions about their future. They're making decisions about which career path they're going to go down and so forth. And you've got this extra thing there sitting there that's saying, well, you're very good at a sport, and as you say, you're making wonderful inroads into the sport. So how did that decision process, you mentioned you like the journalism side of things. Do you think that's what steered you down that line?
Yeah, so that probably got me a bit more focused with school. And I've always been a person, don't get me wrong, I've always been a person that loves school. I actually thought that I was going to be a school teacher for quite a while there. So I was always really studious, and I loved going to school and being around my mates and that. But I was enjoying the bowls, and I was, taking a lot of time off. I was coming back and, putting assignments together in one day and, handing it in and just hoping, just sort of passing, because all this other exciting stuff was happening. But I was very lucky that I was in the Australian squad already. So I had a lot of people around me that had been in a similar situation. So I had a lot of people to talk to. And my school, Coolum High, were fantastic. There was a career advisor there who I knocked on her door probably on a weekly basis, through most of year 11, just to help me, get organised, I suppose, and get on the right track. And so I think it was just utilising the people around me. The coaching staff at the time, Cam Curtis and Ian Schuback, were a great influence. Obviously, they were pushing me with bowls, but they were very clear on, making sure that I had something to fall back on. And then, of course, my mum was exactly the same. She was, awesome, happy for you to go away and do all this stuff, but just make sure she was just, just make sure you finish school and, let's, have a bit of a plan in place, a bit of a goal, and work towards that as well. So yeah, good steady influences around me.
Yeah. So you finish school, and then the next step is some more study.
Yeah, so finished school 2008. So 2009, had a good year, went to the Gold Coast, decided I wanted to get away from the sunny coast. I was kind of, I suppose, a big fish in a little pond, which was, I guess the plan all along. I had a really good someone helping me out, Greg Brown from Taunton Noosa Bowls Club, where I started, saying there's nothing wrong with being a big fish in a small pond, stay in that pond for as long as you can. and until you kind of cement yourself in, you know, Australian or Queensland colours, and then start looking at moving around. So yeah, it kind of the timing was good. Finished school, spent a year playing at South Tweed with Kelvin in Premier League and playing ladies pennants and that down there, and then was approached by St John's Park to go and play pennants for them. So yeah, that was I suppose, yeah, the start of me, I guess, becoming a professional bowler as such. It kind of everything swapped again, you know, like I had that year off to finish year 12. The focus was school and career. And then I kind of flipped a switch and thought, right, well, I've got that under my belt. Now I can have some fun again, go back and play bowls, you know, try and get picked in as many events as I can, travel as much. I love travel as well. So yeah, really focused on bowls, and then started to try and cement myself into a spot at St John's Park and become more of a professional bowler as such. And you know, it was exciting as an 18, 19-year-old to have you know, these great, you know, financial contracts on the table. You know, it was awesome because I thought, great, this is amazing. I never thought this would happen. And I had other goals as well. I've always been pretty driven when it comes to money and finances. Like I've always, you know, mum's always said, you know, the best thing you'll ever do is own your own house. So it was always about saving money and wanting to buy a house, which I did when I was 20. So yeah, lots of things happened early on in life, I guess. Yeah, very fortunate.
Tell us about the journalism degree and so forth, because you have a bachelor in journalism.
Yeah, so so when I went to play at South Tweed on the Gold Coast, another reason I went there was to start university at Griffith. They were Griffith University is a great uni up here in Queensland, very encouraging of athletes, and we have a Griffith Sports College. So got a scholarship to go there. And the first year was tough because, like I said, I was trying to have a lot of fun playing bowls and traveling. And so it was, you know, picking up subjects, dropping subjects, you know, scraping in by the skin of my teeth on a pass, you know, having a really good semester and getting really good grades. And it was a real mixed bag. So yeah, again, just trying to find that balance, trying to work out, you know, am I at uni to get high distinctions, or am I at uni to pass? Am I in this bowls thing long term, or am I not? So there was still a lot of decisions to be made through that period of time where I finished my first degree. So yeah, it took me about 5 years to do it. You know, so full time it was a 3-year degree that took me about 5.5 years. So I just played around with doing it part time and picking up subjects when I could. If the calendar opened up, I'd pick up a subject. If I got picked an event that I knew I was going to be overseas, you know, I dropped a subject. So that was great to have a uni that was flexible, and just again having people around me to help me, you know, guide me with that sort of stuff. And first degree, Bachelor of Journalism, and then decided to do another one later in life.
Look, time management's obviously been a key one for you, and we can hear that just in the descriptions you're giving us. So tell us about how you've gone about dividing time between, you know, career, bowls, family, the whole lot, and have your employers been on board with that?
Yeah, so I suppose we always talk about, you know, 5-year plans. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I've always been very futuristic and been thinking like that, but I suppose the reality was it's just taking it year by year. So just, you know, at the start of the year, where am I playing? What's my priorities this year? What can I fit in? When's my downtime? So it's all just at the start of the year, Christmas, New Year period, just looking at the calendar and really, you know, working out what I'm going to do this next 12 months. So it was always, you know, a long-term goal, but yeah, very just focused on getting through that next year, you know, and then, you know, and within a blink of an eye, I'd been at St John's Park for 10 years. I've been working at Bowls Australia for, I think I worked for them for nearly 5 years. So had great support from Bowls Australia, actually. I actually approached one of the staff members to do, so part of my last subject I needed to do with my Bachelor of Journalism was an internship. So I approached Bowls Australia, it seemed like a good fit. And Mel, my boss at the time, said, right, well, you're going to Hong Kong, you can report on Hong Kong. So yeah, I was playing in the Hong Kong International and sending back, you know, articles and staying up late at night and doing that. And then I flew back in and was part of I think it was the second BPL. I worked there as an intern and did some more work by that time I was living in Canberra. So yeah, over, I think it was about 12 weeks, yeah, did my internship for Bowls Australia, and then I was very fortunate that she kept me on after that and stayed there for 5 years until I decided again that I was going to have a bit of a change of path. So yeah, decided to go back to uni, which seemed a little bit crazy at the time, but yeah, took a bit of a spell from work and went back to uni to do a Bachelor of Business, majoring in marketing. So I wanted to go down more that marketing kind of path.
Fantastic. Gee, it's been a busy time for you. There's no doubt about that. What about the crossover of skills and so forth that you've taken perhaps off the bowling green and into the business world, or vice versa? What are some of the things you think relate really well?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose lots of them. We've talked a lot about time management. I think just dealing with people. Everyone's different. Trying to find ways to get the best out of people. Working in teams. Just I suppose divvying up tasks relevant to everyone's abilities and strengths and weaknesses. But I think probably more than anything, what's helped me with bowls is probably just, I think I touched on it before, it's just the people that I've been playing with, coaching staff. We've had, people, the AIS, just so much help. There's just never been a time where I felt like, oh my God, I don't know what I'm going to do next. Like no, that's a lie. I probably thought that nearly every year. Okay, what am I going to do this year? But I've always had someone to talk it through with, and generally, a professional or someone who's been in that situation before. So I think for me, the thing that when I one day, stop playing bowls, I'll just be so grateful for all the people that have helped me along the way. Because you get a lot of help on the green with coaching and tactics and actually becoming a better bowler, but the help that you get off the green is just second to none, and very fortunate.
Fantastic. So put yourself in the shoes now of Kelsey when you were just coming through, and let's say you've got a person that's watching this, and they've found that they're very good at a sport, but they want to keep their future secure as well. What would be your advice to someone in that position?
I think it's just, I think believe in yourself that you can have everything. You may not have everything 100% for 100% of the time. You have to spread yourself a little thin sometimes, and it will be tiring, but it's definitely worth it. And I've definitely felt value looking back on the path that I've gone down, whether with uni and school and bowls, taking time off here and there. I suppose I've never, how do I explain it? I suppose, even with employment, I've always just sort of worked part-time and had something else happening on the side. I've always had study. I've always just kept things ticking over. So, I think just believe that you can have everything. You can do everything. It just might take you a little bit longer. Like a degree for me, it took 5.5 years where I could have knocked it over in 3. But, and that's the reality. And I was happy with that. It gave me the opportunity to do other stuff at the same time. So, I think just, you can do everything. You can do it. And there's
fantastic. That's great, Kelsey. Look, we really appreciate you spending some time with us. It's been fantastic to delve in a little bit deeper and find out a little bit more about the wonderful character that we've seen on the greens representing Australia for so long now. It's been a remarkable career you've had, and congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. But it's been awesome. I suppose just over a decade now of much enjoyment on the green, but lots of stuff happening off the green. And like I said before, just I'm very thankful for everyone that's had a part in my career and in my life in general. And very happy.
There you have it, Kelsey Cottrell, and that was a special Zoom catch-up, Bowls Australia and the AIS, I should say, for National Careers Week, supporting athletes in their career development through both their sporting career and off the green. We will catch you next time.